Well, joining us now is one of the most versatile entertainers in show business. You all know him from his work on television with the Hollywood Squares, both as a guest and the host of the second installment of that program. Of course, That's Incredible, too, a big hit show back in the early 1980s. John Davidson joins us now, and he'll be performing two shows this week over at the Golden Apple Dinner Theater right down the block from the studio here this Monday, January 31st at 2 o'clock and 8 o'clock. And John joins us by telephone right now. And, John, I know you're in transit today, but how you doing?
Thanks, Doug. What a nice setup. I haven't had an introduction like that in years. I'm traveling today, actually. I've been doing, I did a show in Fort Myers, two shows, and today I travel to Mexico, really for vacation time. I have 5 days off. My wife and I are building a house in San Miguel de Allende, Mexico.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm off, and then I come back Sunday night. I'm looking forward to the Golden Apple. I've never seen it.
It's a nice theater. They do a lot of musicals. I think they just finished Chicago, and I think they're doing Wonderful Town right now. But they often bring entertainers like you, and it's great to have you in town with us. You've been doing this kind of show in Florida the last few weeks.
Yeah, my career is not on television anymore, so a lot of people think that I died or something. But my live show is about 50% comedy and 50% rock and roll and love songs. Matter of fact, I've been writing a lot. I'm sorry for that announcement. I'm here in an airport.
That's all right.
I've been writing a lot of comedy songs, songs about Wall Street, songs about grandmas who cruise, and songs about getting older. In my show, I do a whole comedy segment about what it's like getting old. I tell people how old I am in the show, but I don't want to tell you right now, so it'll be a surprise.
I just want to ask you quickly, before we continue, of course, everybody knows Johnny Carson passed away, and I know you guested on that show so many times, even guest hosted it. What are some of your fondest memories of Johnny Carson?
Yeah, they called me to do an interview about it, and I didn't even know what to say. I don't think there's words. I hear all these people talking about Johnny Carson. I hosted the show more than any other singer in the 70s until I got my own talk show, and I used to take over for him 2 weeks a year all through the 70s. I can't say that I was close to Carson in that I don't think anybody was close to Carson. Very, very private man, as everybody's saying, but a very nice man, just a real gentleman. He always was great to me, and I respect him so much. I don't think there's words that can describe his impact on show business. He started so many careers. He invented so many ideas in comedy. He's a real. He broke a lot of ground, and I think he's just an incredible person. I don't think he's in a category. I don't think he's late night talk show host. I think he's Johnny Carson, and he has his own category, and I'll miss him greatly.
I always enjoyed when you guest hosted and even guested on the show. You two seemed to have a good chemistry together. Just kind of the banter back and forth which really made that show great. People like yourself came on, and there was like an extra energy, wasn't there, when you appeared on Johnny's show?
Yeah, I could really identify with him because I was very shy as a kid, and I think he was very shy as a kid. I think the fact that he started as a magician, I think a lot of magicians are shy people, and they find a way to attract girls in the schoolyard by showing them a little cards or something, you know. So he and I had a lot in common in that way, in that I didn't feel like we were the typical... Our egos, of course, everybody has ego, but our egos were different, and we were both trying to get our ego out and shy about it. So I think I knew how to play with him in the talk spots, and I really enjoyed my Carson show spots guesting with him. And actually, when I hosted the show, I missed the fact that he wasn't there.
Talking with John Davidson, who'll be in town this Monday coming up, the 31st. Two shows at the Golden Apple. And I know you've been doing a lot of Broadway recently. Didn't you do State Fair not too long ago in New York?
Yeah, thanks, Doug. Boy, thanks for being aware of my career.
Oh, sure.
I went back to Broadway a couple of years ago and did State Fair, and then I've toured with it some. Last summer I did Chicago. I played in a summer tour. I played Billy Flynn, the lawyer part in Chicago, and this summer I'm doing Shenandoah, the great American musical about the Civil War. So I try to do a Broadway show every year just to keep my chops up. I've done a lot of tours of Music Man, and I'm too old to do Oklahoma now, but maybe I do. I'd like to do again. And I started on Broadway and then got into television. So actually, many people who've seen me on That's Incredible or Hollywood Squares are surprised when I sing. So, but I did start as a singer, and now I do very much a comedy musical show.
I know you were in Sarasota about a year ago, weren't you, at the Van Wezel, right?
Yeah. Yep, I think in a tour of State Fair, probably. Although I played it as myself as well.
Right. No, I think you did your solo concert not too long ago, I remember, at the Van Wezel. So it's great. I know a lot of the people out there kind of associate, if we had Peter Marshall on our show, John, and a lot of people are surprised that he's such a great singer, too. We play a lot of his songs on our Sunday night show. So it's great that the people can see your versatility in shows like this coming up at the Golden Apple.
Yeah, people like Peter Marshall and like I have these crazy careers where we've done so many different things, and I think that's what's kept us alive. I'm singing somewhere every week, whether I'm singing on a cruise ship or whether I'm doing a one-nighter somewhere or doing a Broadway show. So I'm very, very active working, and I do most anything. I'll host a game show, or I'll do a talk show, or I'll do a Broadway show, or record albums. So it's been kind of a crazy career.
Well, John, I know you have to catch a plane shortly, but thanks for taking a few minutes to talk with us in Sarasota. We'll look for you this Monday at the Golden Apple, and if you got a few minutes, just we're literally down the block from the theater. Stop in our studio.
Thanks, Doug. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'll be around there Monday morning. I'm going to try to stop in. You're on the air from 10 to 1, right?
I'm on at noon live, but we have live shows on in the morning. So, yeah, stop down. We're literally down the block from you.
No, I'd like to meet you. I've heard a lot about you, and I hope to be there.
Great. Thanks, John.